CP Woodworking. Today's video is one that I believe that I need to make. It's one of three that are kind of on the schedule that have to be made at some point. What I'm going to show today is how to hand carve my rustic hair sticks that are in fact probably the best on the market for that style hair stick. I don't think that anyone can match them for holding power, and for appearance they look good. I worked with somebody who was having difficulty getting their hair to stay in place, and they had bought my original hair sticks, the ones that are just nice round profile, and it wasn't holding in her hair. They kept slipping. They tried taking a Dremel tool and carving grooves into it, and that gave me an idea. Hair holds better with what's called a chopstick, which are made for eating. They have 4 sides. So my thought was, what would it be better if it actually had 3 sides? Would it hold even better? And my thought proved to be accurate. So I'm going to show you how I carve them. It's not that difficult. I go into the bush and I cut some sticks like this. My hand span is about 8 and a little bit inches. So this is about a 9-inch stick. To start with, I carve it down to about 8 inches when I'm done. I take the stick for my first step. I usually just lay it on a flat surface and find the flattest surface of the stick so I can shave it down in one plane. And that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to carve it down, and I carve these green because it's a lot easier. If you've ever carved wood, carving green like this is alder. Carving green is like almost like carving a carrot with a vegetable peeler. Okay, it's that easy. If I do it when it's dry, it is really, really, really hard. And yes, we're going to sweep up this mess when I'm done. Otherwise, my camera person here will kill me. So I'm carving, but I'm in reality planing one side of this hair stick blank until it's nice and flat. Okay, all the other sides are going to be cut in relationship to this, because what I'm looking for is an equilateral triangle. Now, I'm not looking for extreme accuracy, but it needs to be a triangle when I'm done. But because it's not shaped perfectly straight, I need to have one flat side to use as a reference. Everything else goes from that. So I'm going to continue on with my second side here. The whole idea is to end up with a triangular profile that's pretty much 3 equal sides. I can continue to shave it down here. And as you can see, if you look at it again, I don't know how well this shows up in the camera, but you've got 2 sides of a triangle now. Now I finished the last side. Now it's going with the shape of the wood. One thing that does help hold besides the triangular profile of the stick is the fact that they're not always perfectly straight. A little bit of curve actually improves the holding capacity of the hair stick. So here we've got getting it down to 3 sides. Now this is a pretty thick one. If you find it too thick, of course, you just shave it down a little bit more. And now I pretty much have my 3-sided triangle profile. Now, one end of this needs to be sharp, because otherwise it's not you can't just poke it in the hair like that. So I'm going to trim it down until I've got a point. And this is like cutting a stick for marshmallows, honestly. And you see the irregularities in the wood. And as you can see, it's a little bit shorter. Just playing it flat. There's some irregularities in here. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, because it's rustic style, it's expected to not be perfect. And this is a finished green blank. The next step, it needs to be sanded smooth and final shaping. You can't do that when it's green. So what do you do with them like this? When they're in this stage, you put them aside for 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a normal home should be just fine. So what I do then, after 2 weeks, is I pick it up, and it's not as green. I can put my my knife away. And this is not just sanding to make it smooth. This is sanding to shape it, to give it its final contours. So I tear it out with 60 grit sandpaper, or 80 grit at the minimum. It's got to be very coarse sandpaper, and I start shaping it. And I do each side, get it nice and smooth and flat. After getting them smooth, I will take the point off, because you want it to poke through hair. You don't want to draw blood with it. That's not the objective. The other thing is that you round this edge so it's not sharp. It's got to be rounded, a gentle rounding. The reason being is the idea is to hold the hair, not break the hair. The advantage of a hair stick is that it does not, that is gentle on your hair, or more gentle than the elastic bands or scrunchies even. It's gentle on the hair, and it allows the hair to be held. Just this shape holds it. So once I'm done sanding it, put that out of the way, we're going to end up with a shape like this. They're smooth. I've removed where the knots are. I've removed any spots that could catch the hair and pull a few strands out of place. I will sand the end on a sander, just grind it to a 45 angle. You can do whatever you want as far as the style on the end. I like this as a simple, clean style. It looks good. The corners are nice and round. You can see this is nice and smooth. And stick it in your hair to hold the bun. And as you put it in, you give it a slight twist, like you're tightening it just a little bit. And they will hold better than any other rustic hairstyle hair stick you will find anywhere. In fact, this triangle profile that I put on these, when I turn a hair stick on the lathe, I will put a three-sided blade on them, because I know that it holds the hair better. My customers who've bought them from me, and if you're interested in buying with them, you can see that in the notes of this video. I do sell them on my Etsy shop. In fact, the triangle profile ones sell the best, and it's a word-of-mouth thing. They just hold better. And if you read the comments on my Etsy shop, the customer comments, that's what it says. You will see that, and I'm quite proud of them. They are the best on the market for a rustic style hair stick. I have not seen anything that can compete with them, and it's not that hard to make your own, which is why I'm showing this here. If you don't want to make your own, you want to buy them, that's fine. They are also unisex. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. They're not too feminine, they're not too masculine for anyone to wear them. And with that, I'm going to show you a few examples in a little slideshow here at the end of the video, and that's all there is to that. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, give me not only a thumbs up, but subscribe, okay, so you can see more. I spend most of my time wood turning, but I do like to whittle now and then, and there are useful items like this that I can make, and that, quite frankly, they sell pretty good. Anyway, thanks for watching.